This spherical coil layering process was iterated until the spherical diamond core equated the desired mass of 10% of the totality of Earth's weight. The reason why it needed to be 10% of the total mass of the vessel is because our species discovered that infinite fractal energy scales are best sustained at 1 to 10 ratios. Energy is spherically scalar in nature, so in order to recreate universes as originally created by energy itself, we needed to use the same scale and ratios nature itself used to recreate universes similar to the original universe where our species come from, which was created by the energy of the first central sun of existence itself. And then you have the visual representation of that. As you can see in this video, I'm explaining that fractal ratio, this natural scale used by infinity itself, the creator existence, spherical, infinite spherical energy, our creator, which is us at the biological scale, best represented by the sun, which is this infinite spherical energy. And is this scale, this 1 to 10 ratio is a scale of infinity. And this is why it needed to be 10% of the total weight of Earth's mass. Because it's just this natural harmonic confluence. Because if you understand it, then it's just this idea of, like, you know, if you understand physics and you understand mathematics, there's this idea in fluid dynamics called scalars. S-C-A-L-A-R, an S if it's plural. So a scalar, scalars is this pattern of fluctuation and movement and motion that tends to be spherical. Everything is spherical, but when you look at the natural movement and you study these waves, it's particles and waves that move across space, right? In fractal, and it tends to be spirals. But why is it that it's a spiral and fractal? Because it's representing the topology and the geometry of the sphere as it moves at different scales and ratios and rates of energy density in infinity. So when you study scalar mechanics based on fluid dynamics, which is physics 101 really, and you know the mathematics behind these logic, then you would see that it's all ratios of 1 to 10. The scale is 1 to 10. But because it's so complex and it's what they call chaotic, is because they don't understand the ratio of the scale. But once you actually understand it for what it is, and you see the blueprint, which is the underpinning mechanism driving this, is just a 1 to 10 ratio. And 1 to 10 ratio is what leads to all these infinite spherical fractals that we see in reality, like trees and things like that, nature, everything that you see, ourselves, everything that exists is fractal. And it's based on these ratios. And we call it the Fibonacci sequence. But in reality, it's just this scalar density at a specific rate that is essentially governed by this bigger energy fractal, which is spherical and is based on these ratios of 1 to 10. And that goes to infinity, because that's why 1 and 0 are the operators. Why? Because 1 represents the unit and 0 represents the logic of it. It's regulator, it's logician, because you use 0 to account for the unit. And when you start to add the patterns and you add fractals to it, then you can create everything in reality. This is what energy is if you have circuitry. And because the planet is infinite energy, then the circuitry has to be 1 and 0s, right? Think about it logically in terms of weight and mass itself, and the volumetric distribution of the area and the space contained within each of these spheres. So it's all connected. This is not random. There's nothing random on Earth. The only random things are ideas that are not based on objective reality. Everything else is objective, and is based on truth, and it has to be spherical. So it's that. So the pattern of creation is spherical in nature, and it's based on these scales. So this is what this video is. This is why the sun is the size it is, and the universe is the size it is, and it's the shape it is, which is a sphere. You know, it's a solid. Okay, this is the video.